Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk to you about managing your time and what that sort of looks like today versus what it looked like earlier in our lives. You know, most of us from the age of 5, maybe even a bit before, went to school. And we ended up, being put into a very regimented system. At a time in our lives when regimen shouldn't even have been on the radar. We should have been out playing and learning through play and investigation. And all of that got squashed pretty early on. Certainly by the time you were 6 and 7, you were, sitting at the desk, hardly had any time to get outside at all. Especially in the winter, if you're in the northern part of the universe where the streetlights came on at, dusk and you were inside. And I don't know, life just became very full. Then you started taking on extracurricular activities. Then maybe you started dating. Then, you had a part-time job, and life was so full of doing sort of day-to-day stuff, but kind of big stuff at the same time. And, then you were saving money and you were taking on extra shifts and stuff because you wanted to either backpack across Europe. Oh, what a wonderful time that would be. Or you were saving to buy a new car, or you were saving up for college, university, whatever the reason was, you were taking on as many shifts as you could in order to get more money. And, and then next thing you know, you're at university and you're, going out for pub nights or meals, or whatever. You're taking on another job. You're going out with somebody maybe else, or you're still going out with maybe the same person, and you're, having to pay rent because you're away from home maybe, and all these different bills and stuff. And it's like, hello, welcome to the adult life. And then you get married, and then you have kids, and then you've got to raise your kids. You got to start taking your kids everywhere and all their friends, and time just goes and goes and goes. And a lot of it you recognize isn't really the way that you want to spend the time that you have. And so then you get to a point where your kids are grown and maybe they've left the nest, and you and your partner are they're staring at each other going like, now what? Like, we've got all this time. Maybe you've retired or you've cut back on your hours, and so now you've got the time to do what it is that you want to do. And you decide that, I want to do doing fun stuff, doing things that I love. And so you manage your time around, you're still going to have some family obligations. You're still going to have to clean the house occasionally. You're still going to have to do different things that way. Cook a meal maybe. But if you want to go out more often, you can. If you want to hire a housekeeper, you can. Give you even more time. If you want to, unless you're one of those people who cleans up for the house cleaner, which I don't get, but anyway, but regardless, you've got all this time on your hands, and you've got all these interests that either you didn't pursue because you didn't have the time to do them, or you didn't have the funds perhaps, or there are things that you discovered as you're going through life, or there's things that you've only just discovered or you're waiting to discover. And so now you've got the time to do it. And, you still need to, sorry if you can hear crunching in the background, that's my dog eating. But you still have the time to be able to do these things and still, go visit your kids, or, go to lunch with your friends, or take dancing lessons at night, or whatever it is that you already sort of have scheduled in your life. Now you've got more time to schedule in other things. And what's great about this is it's just for you, right? It's time that feeds your soul. It's time that you want to carve out, not that you have to carve out. And so it allows you to really express yourself in whatever way that looks like for you. And it allows you to sort of drink in energy and let out energy. And often kids will say to their parents, I have never seen you this happy. And it's because they are fulfilling their own wants and needs, and not having to fulfill other people's. And what a wonderful look and feeling that is, right? So yeah, manage your time and manage it in the best way possible for you. And don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say no to people if, you're not totally aligned with what it is that they want from you. And that's my musing for the day. Have a great one, everyone.